Yeah. This one goes out to all my friends.
This is Dr. Middleton. Brace yourselves for this informative Quick Tip Tuesday. I have to warn you, for many, this video may be TMI, too much information. And even though it may be too much information, I feel we need to start the conversation. I hear a lot of people say that nowadays. So I guess I am the one to do just that. Start the conversation. We must have a serious conversation about a very serious topic. So this Quick Tip Tuesday is about defecation. There are many phrases that describe the process called defecation. Sometimes you will hear the phrase BM. Sometimes you will hear the phrase stanky, stanky. What about the phrase poo-poo? What about the phrase doo-doo? Poo-poo, doo-doo, donkey. Many people use a word that is not acceptable for a Quick Tip Tuesday. You can figure that out by Googling ship high in transit. Sometimes it is even called the number 2, of course, as opposed to doing the number 1. But the most simple and proper term is bowel movement. That's right, we need to have a conversation about bowel movement. I'm gonna tell your mama. I realized the need for this conversation after a patient consultation. A woman came in to me suffering from back pain. And as I was doing my general review of body systems, I asked her, did she have bowel movements on a regular basis? Of course, without hesitation, her answer was yes. But then something said to me, ask her what her interpretation of a normal bowel movement is. And I did, and her response was that I have 1 to 2 bowel movements a week. A week? You backed up, lady. No, those words did not come out of my mouth, but they must have shown on the expression on my face. Because after that, she asked me, was that not a good thing? And my honest response was, it's only a good thing if you eat 1 or 2 times a week. So that's why we need to have this conversation about the number 2, because there are many out there with the same train of thought. So what exactly is the number 2? I'm glad you asked. Bowel movement is actually solid waste material left over from the foods we cannot or do not digest. And because the body can't utilize or assimilate that material, it gets rid of it in the form of bowel movement. And something is just not right about unused solid waste material sitting in my intestines for 2 or 3 days. Let's say you decide to bake you a chicken. And you know you have to wash that chicken. You have to clean all up in the insides of that chicken. You have to trim off the excess fat. And you pull out the little bag that contains the gizzards and the neck, and you just put it all in the trash can. But you go on with your chicken dinner, and it was a big success. But you forgot to take the trash out before you went to bed. And when you came back home the next day, you were so tired, you went straight to sleep. But after work the next day, there was a foul odor as soon as you opened the door. And that foul odor was the leftover chicken parts from the dinner 2 nights ago. So if the chicken will rot and decay and putrefy in your trash can and fill your house up with this foul odor, imagine what those toxins can do sitting in your intestines for 2 or 3 days at a time. Oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I have 1 bowel movement a week and I'm fine. Man, you have the worst smelling farts on the planet. The sulfur smell burns my eyes. You smell like the paper mill, so you just need to be quiet. So with that being said, I totally disagree with many of the experts who claim it's normal to have only 1 to 3 bowel movements in a week's time. An old wise saying says, garbage in, garbage out. So here's what we know about bowel movements. If you eat 1 to 2 times a day, you should number 2 1 to 2 times a day. But it's not enough just having a bowel movement. There are other things to consider. For instance, even though its color may vary, the bowel movement needs to have a certain consistency. It shouldn't be running out every day, and it definitely should not be so hard you have to strain. It shouldn't be a thick paste either. You know, I do think it's wrong to have to sit there and wipe and wipe. That's the first smart thing you said today. 1 or 2 wipes, you should be done. You know, I think it's something wrong with a grown man using adult baby wipes. A grown woman too, for that matter. Let's save the baby wipes for the babies. We gotta get this number 2 right. Another factor is even timeliness. Because when your bowel movement is self-regulated, you can count on it like clockwork. They know better than to schedule a patient for me at 10:33 a.m. And with some simple observation, you can find out what time is right for you. So, if you're having any of these issues with your number 2, there are several things you can do. You can increase the amount of water you drink. Water is important for lubricating that internal plumbing, you know. It also softens up that paste. And then you can increase your fiber intake. Now, I'm not referring to those mixed fiber drinks. They can help you get a head start. I'm referring to the fiber that is found in fresh fruits and vegetables. And if increased water and fiber does not help, there may be some underlying health concerns. And I know you're probably sitting there waiting on me to tell you how the chiropractic adjustments can help improve bowel movement. I'm not about to tell you that, because if you've been watching any of my videos, you already know. But don't get me wrong, chiropractic adjustments do not correct bowel movement. Chiropractic adjustments correct vertebral subluxation. And if the vertebral subluxations in the lower part of your back is causing swelling, muscle stiffness and tightness, decreased ranges of motion, and pressure changes to the area, it could be causing those nerves exiting the spinal cord not to function as close to 100% as possible. Even the young lady that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, she didn't come into my office concerned about her number 2. She was concerned about her back pain. And yes, the chiropractic adjustments alleviated her back pain. And as an added benefit, her number 2 was on the 1. That means her bowel movements became more consistent and timely. Many have improved with similar issues. Even recently, we had a toddler get great results. Now he's poo-pooing all over the place. And every time he comes in, he acts like he wants to take my job. I hope you enjoyed this Quick Tip Tuesday. And if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to do so. And remember to share this video with your family and friends. So think about me tomorrow morning at 10:33 a.m. and rest assured, I'll still be here doing my thing. That which comes from the sea must return to the sea. Please don't share this with my mama.